Getting to Yes. Negotiating Agreement Without Giving In, co-authored by William Ury, Roger Fisher, and Bruce Patton, is a seminal book on negotiation strategies. The book introduces the concept of principled negotiation, a method that seeks mutual gains while addressing interests rather than positions. This approach contrasts with traditional negotiation methods that often result in a win-lose scenario. 1. Principled negotiation versus positional bargaining. The book begins by contrasting two types of negotiation: positional bargaining and principled negotiation. Positional bargaining involves each side taking a stance and arguing for it, often leading to a deadlock or a compromise that may not satisfy either party. In contrast, principled negotiation focuses on the underlying interests behind the positions. The goal is to find a solution that satisfies both parties' interests, resulting in a win-win outcome. 2. The 4 principles of principled negotiation. The authors outline 4 fundamental principles that guide principled negotiation. 1. Separate the people from the problem. Negotiations often become personal, leading to emotional conflict and clouded judgment. The first principle advises separating interpersonal issues from the substantive issues. By addressing the problem independently of personal feelings, negotiators can focus on resolving the actual dispute. This involves managing emotions, communication, and perceptions effectively. 2. Focus on interests, not positions. Positions are the stances people take in a negotiation, while interests are the underlying needs or desires that drive those positions. For example, 2 people arguing over a piece of land may have positions based on ownership, but their interests might be different. One might need the land for farming, while the other might want it for investment. By understanding and addressing interests, parties can find more creative and satisfactory solutions. 3. Invent options for mutual gain. Instead of seeing negotiation as a zero-sum game where one side's gain is the other side's loss, the third principle encourages the invention of options that benefit all parties. This requires brainstorming and a collaborative approach, where both sides work together to generate multiple options before deciding on the best one. The book emphasizes expanding the pie before dividing it, ensuring that the solution is satisfactory to everyone involved. 4. Insist on objective criteria. The final principle focuses on using objective criteria to reach a fair agreement. This means basing the negotiation on independent standards, such as market value, expert opinion, or legal precedent, rather than on the will or power of either party. Objective criteria help to remove bias and promote a fair, reasonable outcome. This approach also makes the agreement more durable and less likely to fall apart later. 3. BATNA. Best alternative to a negotiated agreement. A crucial concept introduced in Getting to Yes is the BATNA, which stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. BATNA represents the most advantageous course of action a party can take if negotiations fail and no agreement is reached. Understanding one's BATNA gives a negotiator leverage, as it provides a clear threshold below which they will not accept a deal. The stronger your BATNA, the better your position in negotiations. The authors suggest that negotiators should always prepare by identifying their BATNA and considering the other party's BATNA. This preparation helps in evaluating offers and knowing when to walk away from a negotiation. It also prevents negotiators from agreeing to unfavorable terms out of desperation. 4. Negotiating with difficult people. The book acknowledges that not all negotiations are straightforward and that some people may be difficult to negotiate with. They might refuse to cooperate, resort to dirty tricks, or try to bully their way to a win. Getting to Yes offers strategies for dealing with such challenges. Don't react emotionally. Staying calm and not reacting emotionally to provocations is crucial. When a negotiator remains composed, they can think more clearly and make better decisions. Use a negotiation jujitsu approach. Instead of pushing back against a difficult negotiator, the book suggests redirecting their energy by asking questions and bringing them back to the principles of negotiation. For example, if they make an unreasonable demand, you can ask them to explain the reasoning behind it and suggest exploring objective criteria together. Bring in a third party. If negotiations become too contentious, bringing in a neutral third party, such as a mediator, can help. A mediator can facilitate communication, ensure that both sides are heard, and guide the negotiation back to a constructive path. 5. Developing negotiation skills. Getting to yes emphasizes the importance of developing negotiation skills over time. Effective negotiators are not just born, they are made through practice and learning. The authors suggest several ways to build and improve negotiation skills. Preparation. Thorough preparation is the foundation of successful negotiation. Understanding the issues, knowing your interests, and anticipating the other party's interests and arguments are all crucial. Preparation also involves identifying your BATNA and considering possible options for mutual gain. Active listening. Listening actively to the other party helps in understanding their interests and concerns. It also shows respect and can build rapport, making the negotiation process smoother. Active listening involves not just hearing the words, but also understanding the emotions and motivations behind them. Clear communication. Articulating your interests clearly and confidently is essential. This involves not only what you say but how you say it. Clear, assertive communication helps in conveying your position without being aggressive or confrontational. Creative thinking. The ability to think creatively and come up with innovative solutions is a valuable skill in negotiation. This means looking beyond the obvious and considering unconventional options that could satisfy both parties' interests. 6. Common negotiation scenarios. The book provides examples of common negotiation scenarios, such as business negotiations, international diplomacy, and personal disputes. In each case, the principles of negotiation are applied to demonstrate how they can lead to better outcomes. These examples help readers understand how to apply the concepts in real-life situations. For instance, in business negotiations, the focus might be on price, delivery terms, or contract specifics. By separating the people from the problem, focusing on interests, and using objective criteria, negotiators can reach agreements that are not only fair but also sustainable. In personal disputes, such as conflicts between neighbors or family members, the same principles apply. By understanding each other's interests and working together to find mutually acceptable solutions, parties can resolve conflicts without damaging their relationships. 7. Building a cooperative environment. Getting to Yes also discusses the importance of building a cooperative environment for negotiation. This involves fostering a culture of mutual respect and trust, where both parties are willing to work together to find a solution. The book suggests several ways to build such an environment. Build relationships. Building a good relationship with the other party can make negotiations more productive. This involves showing respect, being trustworthy, and demonstrating a willingness to understand the other party's perspective. Focus on long-term interests. Negotiators should consider the long-term implications of the agreement, rather than just the immediate benefits. A win-win solution that addresses both parties' interests is more likely to lead to a lasting and positive relationship. Use fair processes. Ensuring that the negotiation process is fair and transparent helps in building trust. This involves using objective criteria, being honest and open, and ensuring that both parties have a say in the final decision. 8. The power of principled negotiation. The book concludes by emphasizing the power and effectiveness of principled negotiation. By focusing on interests, being creative in finding solutions, and using objective criteria, negotiators can achieve better outcomes that are fair, sustainable, and beneficial for all parties involved. Getting to yes is not just about winning a negotiation. It is about finding a way to satisfy everyone's interests and build positive, long-term relationships. Conclusion. Getting to yes offers a comprehensive framework for negotiation that moves beyond the traditional win-lose mindset. Its principles of separating people from the problem, focusing on interests, inventing options for mutual gain, and insisting on objective criteria provide a roadmap for more effective and fair negotiations. By preparing well, developing negotiation skills, and fostering a cooperative environment, negotiators can achieve outcomes that not only meet their needs but also strengthen relationships. The book remains a timeless guide for anyone looking to improve their negotiation abilities and approach disputes with a collaborative, solution-oriented mindset.